Hello trainers, it's your favorite content creator Ganeto, and today we have some fast-paced battles on Flying Cup. You will not regret watching this video till the end because some crazy farm dumps are imminent, some crazy nukes are coming up, and you are not gonna regret your time watching this video since we have a Shadow Zapdos on the team, a Shadow Aerodactyl up on the lead, and the safe switch is gonna be a Shadow Gyarados with double legacy tail. What a crazy team comp, and we're gonna go pretty tough on our opponents with that pressure that our Pokemon can apply. So Dragontail is gonna do heavy work against this Gliscor, and you might be already wondering, okay Ganeto, but if you had Waterfall, this match could be much more easier. Well, I get where that is coming from, but I think that Dragontail is gonna prove to be the biggest asset of this team, and you're gonna see in a while how good this Pokemon can be with Dragontail, actually how much better this Pokemon can be with Dragontail, and you are gonna observe with your own eyes the absolute power of Dragontail Gyarados. So having access now to my Zapdos as a closer means that whatever remains up on the end, even this Altaria cannot handle my power, and we're gonna take the victory. So hopping into the next one against a Shadow Aerodactyl, do not blink trainers, we're gonna completely farm each other down and we're gonna wait for our opponent. What I realized pretty late while I was finishing off this video with my battles, well, you do not have to wait for the timer to throw in your Gyarados after that mirror goes towards both ends. You can go in immediately with the Gyarados, because whenever your opponent sees a Gyarados, they are gonna hop in there with their Dragon Pokemon like a Dragonite or an Altaria, meaning that they will be in a very bad position since now you have access to Dragontail and you can farm down even a whole Altaria. Pressure down, then farm down, but it's all up to a winning scenario for Gyarados. We're gonna go straight for that Thunderbolt now because the Switch team, they are a Mantine. Boom, down it goes, and now Emolga stands no chance because it has only 1 HP, meaning that my Shadow Zapdos is absolutely on a very good way to finish off the match. So on the next one, we're paired with a very bad lead, and what did I tell you? A Dragon type on the Switch, Dragontail putting off all those pressure points on the opponent, and you can see that if I had Waterfall, this Gyarados could easily lose this match and perhaps the entire match, since I could not have paired my Zapdos with that Skarmory. Also, we have farmed so much energy that we also resist that Steel Wing, and we can answer back at them with that Aqua Tail spam. You can also see that I'm actually gonna go ahead and let that slide. Okay, I'm gonna take out a shield out of them, meaning that right now I can come in with my Zapdos and finish off the match right here because they have a shield, but I have more energy than them, and I'm pretty sure I can reach to another Drill Peck before they reach to a Brave Bird. So this Sky Attack can already be taken, which is no big at all. We have the time to go for the move and gonna grab us the victory. So heading into the next one right now, and as you're seeing the battles unfolding, be sure to leave a like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, because it really means a lot. And with that said, now let's return to the commentary. Taking each other out once again, Aerodactyl against Aerodactyl, stuff like that happen all the time, and I'm gonna go with my switch into Gyarados. With shields up, I'm not afraid even that Emolga, and you want to have a Shadow Gyarados for this team to success, since Shadow Gyarados will apply a lot more pressure to the opponent, and of course you are gonna still get taken out by an electric type like this Emolga, so it's not a biggie on the defensive side. They have at the back Gyarados, we have at the absolute menace the Zapdos, which can finish off right now with a Drill Peck this Shadow Gyarados of our opponent, and we have the time to go for another Drill Peck before they reach their own move. Since Shadow Zapdos is gonna be super spammy, we carry the shield and we're gonna take another huge victory. You can see that this team is no joke at all. The battles are already on the fast-paced motion. Finally I said it, and we're gonna see the meltdown on our end because the opponent said to go for the switch after this Emolga comes in. Okay, Emolga returns to the fight. They have 1 Thundershock worth of energy, but we can now pressure them them down with our Gyarados. Taking a shield out of an electric type with your Gyarados is always gonna be a very good thing for you. So we can now take the move, we are up on shields, and that means now that with Aerodactyl out of the way, with some energy to farm on that Emolga, we can pretty much win the game, since now this Skarmory can come in, we resist those fast attacks. Even if it was an air slash version, we could still win, and now we can fire off a Thunderbolt to finish them off. I know they had the shield, I was gonna go for double Thunderbolt, so the winning scenario there was if I was gonna go for the Drill Pegs, but still I think that Shadow Zapdos could stand victorious. So we're gonna get destroyed down by this Aerodactyl because they did the smart thing of going ahead and do a couple of Thunder Shocks before they bail out with their Emolga. So that means now that my Aerodactyl will be kinda weaker than theirs, which comes in health into the fight, and right now I can answer back to the Emolga with some heavy hitting Aqua Tails. I'm pretty sure I can take them down before they finish us off. I want to stock that energy that I have on my Zapdos for the end game, just in case there is something like an Altaria at the back, but I'm gonna answer back at them with a Thunderbolt, and I believe that at this point I can simply shield here, finish off with a Thunderbolt, and grant us another victory, since Gyarados will remain at the back with an Aqua Tail ready to go, ready to unleash on whatever they might have, but the Thunderbolt is already enough, and we're gonna take this huge victory. Up on the next one, we have an Altaria upon the lead, and this is a pretty cool lead for our Aerodactyl. We're gonna take once again each other out since they switch out the Aerodactyl, and what did I tell you? I will go in before the timer runs out to my Gyarados, because I want to draw out this Altaria. They see the Gyarados, they throw the Altaria thinking that we run Waterfall, but this is not this at all. We run Dragon Tail, we're gonna take out the Altaria, we're gonna take one shield out of the Skarmory, and now they have to double block this Pokemon because their defense is lowered, and right now my Thunderbolt user can come in, finish off the match. They know that, they bail out, and right now we're gonna hop into the next one with a Mantine up on the lead. Not the best scenario for us, because look at how much pressure those bubbles are doing at us. A good thing here is that we can take one move and still survive the Bubble Beam, meaning that we can store one move to our Aerodactyl, bail it out of the way, because we can absolutely use it as an end game scenario. And right now Gyarados can come in with the Aqua Tails, pressure down this Emolga. I'm expecting a shield, to be honest, and right now they are shieldless, so that means that my Aerodactyl can come in, finish off this Emolga, and now my Zapdos has to come and close this match. They have an Altaria, we deal a lot of damage with 3 of those rock throws, and right now Zapdos has to pull off all that heavy work with its shield. We're gonna shield immediately that move. They make an amazing switch to catch the move on the Mantine, and we're gonna go with the Thunderbolt. Is this enough, trainers, to beat out this Altaria? And boom, of course it is, because we're talking about Shadow Zapdos right now. Gonna take the victory and gonna focus into the next one with Aerodactyl facing, what a surprise, another Aerodactyl. So we're gonna go right straight for the total farm down. They're gonna do the same thing as well, and we're gonna go in there immediately with our Gyarados. They answer with a Skarmory, which was kinda weird, so whatever there is at the back might be too weak to our Gyarados. Might be a Gligar or a Gliscor, who knows, perhaps they thought we were having Waterfall, but that were kinda towards their advantage, because Skarmory really goes pretty well against a Dragon Tail version of Gyarados, but I think that a Pure Crunch can put it at a point that we can simply destroy it down. So they're gonna go here for the move. I decide to let it go. It is gonna be just a Sky Attack, and they have a Drift Beam, so they were afraid of the Crunch, so that's why they did that move with the Skarmory coming in. But now we can go ahead and throw our Thunderbolts against them. They are gonna block the first one, but we have still the time to go for another drill, actually the Thunderbolt, excuse me, and we're gonna take out the Drift Beam, meaning that we're gonna take out each other on the next matchup against the Skarmory, but our Gyarados alive and well, so we're gonna take this victory since Gyarados can survive. Gonna take another meltdown on both ends on the next match. Those Aerodactyl matchups are really getting on my nerves, but it's kinda good for my backline because then I can go in with the sneaky Gyarados early dive, and my opponent might throw in there an Altaria, but that is not gonna happen on this situation because they have an Emolga. An Emolga lately is gonna be a huge asset for everyone because it is kinda spamming with a discharge and can really put some heavy work against even a Zapdos with its Thunderbolt. So here comes the discharge. I'm pretty afraid I can take a Thunderbolt, so I'm just gonna go here for that Drill Peck, finishing off Emolga, and now let's see what they have at the back. And there is a Mantine, meaning that a pure Thunderbolt will beat even with a debuff if they manage to get there earlier than us, and we're gonna take another huge victory. Hopping into the next one against an Aerodactyl up on the lead. What a surprise once again, and we are gonna follow their switch out to the Mantine with our Shadow Zapdos. Bubble Beam is imminent. We are most likely gonna take another Bubble Beam here. I was counting the moves, and since the first one was not an Ice Beam, I'm pretty sure I can take the Bubble Beam over here. I'm gonna go straight for that Drill Peck after we farm a lot, of course, not straight, and we're gonna force that not sealed. Okay, that was not a shield. Okay, but they're gonna seal the next one. Okay, on the Aerodactyl. It's all good, it's all good. I don't know what I was thinking there, but it's all good. It worked towards our advantage. So it's all up to the last Pokemon. They have a Gyarados, we have a Gyarados. We got the Dragon Tail though, and this is one of the few reasons that I prefer Waterfall. Actually, I prefer Dragon Tail over Waterfall. Come on, Ganeto, you got this. And we're gonna take even the mirror towards our side. We are already there on the double Aqua Tail. They do not have the time to go for the crunch, and we're gonna take the victory. Since we are Shadow, we deal more damage at them, and the Dragon Tail is gonna be neutral, despite the fact that we can go with those Aqua Tails, not very effective to finish them off. So on the next one, another Shadow Aerodactyl mirror, gonna take each other out, gonna throw my Gyarados immediately because they might have an Altaria. They do not, and that is always good for me because with the Aerodactyl out of the way, they do not have Altaria, and now Emolga taking out those shields with my Aqua Tails. It's just gonna be wonderful because then my Zapdos will be most likely on the optimal scenario to finish off whatever there is at the back. No Altaria, no Emolga, no Aerodactyl, meaning that a Skarmory or a Drifblim might be the most best candidates for that position of the closer. So here comes a Skarmory out of nowhere, and we're gonna go with the Thunderbolt. They're gonna block, but we are already there on another one, and we're gonna take the victory. Also, this is gonna be an air slash version of Skarmory, so props to them, but that did not work at all because we resist even the air slash and that steel wing. So on the next one, we're having a kind of bad lead on the face of Emolga. They decide to switch out, and we're gonna take each other out again. So as you can see, Aerodactyl doesn't get a lot of screen time, but the backline surely does. Zapdos on the closing part, Gyarados on taking the shields, and this is absolutely awesome. We can still survive the Thunder Shocks, not the Thunderbolts or the discharges, so we have to block, and right now we're gonna force them in using a shield. We're gonna use another shield here, trying to go for the Aqua Tail, trying to finish them off or use a shield of their own, and with no shields I'm pretty sure that Zapdos can come in. Here comes the Skarmory. We're gonna overfarm at a point that we have 2 more Thunder Shocks worth of energy after these Thunderbolts connect, and we're gonna have now the Drill Peck right on the CMP, finishing off the Emolga. Great energy management for our Zapdos, and we're gonna take another huge victory. So you can see now that we're proceeding into the next one, and we're gonna have a kind of weird lead, so we have to go once again with the total optimal scenario. You can see that this team will go pretty well against anything. I really love Aerodactyl coming in here, meaning that we can go with the Ancient Power. Perhaps we get the boost, however we do not, and we're gonna get farmed down. They had an Emolga, meaning that now we can come in with our Gyarados, farming all that energy, and perhaps we can take a shield or 2. Actually, they have only 1 shield. Okay, that's pretty cool. And now Emolga comes in. Okay, going with the Aqua Tail, dealing massive damage to that thing. They have at the back a Skarmory, and right now even a Sky Attack will not be enough to finish us off. However, a Brave Bird might be, so we have to bait here with the Drill Peck. They will block. We have the time to go with the Thunderbolt. Down goes Skarmory, and we're gonna take another huge victory against this trainer. Overall, this team going pretty nuts against the opponent, and time for the final one, trainers, against the Skarmory up on the lead, a pretty bad lead, but we have our Gyarados coming in super clutch for that scenario. They're gonna switch out to their Aerodactyl. Yeah, it is an Aerodactyl, gonna take their block out of their hands, and right now my Aerodactyl can come in, and I'm pretty sure I can not take it. Okay, I'm not gonna take it, just gonna block this one, completely farm down, and take a shield out of that Skarmory right on the edge before fainting. Hopefully IVs matter, and we're gonna take not only the shield but also their life, since now we can come in with our Zapdos, charge all that energy towards our advantage, blocking the sky attack. Not a very good call, but they have an Altaria. Things are looking kinda weird for us. We need to land those double drill packs and still finish them off. Here comes the final drill pack. Is this enough, trainers? They only have a Skarmory at the back. Yes, it is, and we're gonna take another huge victory with this final Thunderbolt. So thank you for watching, trainers. Be sure to leave a like before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. It really means a lot. Until the next time, take care, trainers.